Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another reading vlog where I'm gonna be reading New Spring. So New Spring is book 0 or the prequel of the Wheel of Time series, which is an epic fantasy series that has 14 books that's like apart from this one that I have read before. And I will link the playlist with all of those vlogs in the description. I was very excited to read this book. First of all, because the last one I read was 5 months ago, I think. So like I miss being in this world. And also like the only thing I knew about this book was that we were following Moiraine and Lan. And I really like both of those characters. I especially love Moiraine. So yeah, I was very excited. And I just want to say that there are spoilers in this reading vlog. And having said that, let's get into the video. So I am on page 136 and I'm using my tabs as bookmarks because I mean, it's not like I have like 1,000 bookmarks, you know? So I am around the third into the book and it actually started with like chapter 1 was with Lan and we see that he is fighting Aiel. And I thought it was really funny that he mentioned that like he tries to stay away from Aes Sedai, and you know, I just thought that was funny. And then all the other chapters were following Moiraine, which, I mean, I don't mind because I do really like Lan, but I love Moiraine. And so we are following her in the White Tower, and she is actually an accepted. And so is Siwan and a few other Aes Sedai that we got to know in the like main series, main story. And it's so weird actually to see Moiraine act like an accepted, like, you know, not being an iconic queen like she is. It's so weird. But they are with the Amerlin and with the Keeper of the Chronicles. Is that right? I don't know. But that woman is the one that has the, like, she can foresee things, and she's the one that sees that the dragon is being reborn and that like it's happening now, and then she dies. And so the Amerlin wants to obviously find the dragon, and like I said, the Aiel were there like fighting with a bunch of people. And so the Amerlin, like, she doesn't want the other people to know because the only other two people who were there were Moiraine and Siwan, and she doesn't want the other Aes Sedai to really know what's happening. Like, she doesn't want everyone to know that the dragon is being born again. And so she sends the Aes Sedai and some accepted to talk to women who have given birth like at that time to try to find the one that is the dragon, because they know like where he was supposed to be born. So, you know, getting the information of the mother and the child and where they were born and the father and like everything, they will eventually, hopefully, find the dragon, which we know that they won't, but that's the goal. And so they are sent there, and Moiraine and Siwan go together, and they are like getting the information from the women and their babies. And then when they get back, Moiraine actually learns that 3 of her uncles have died. And so the Amerlin doesn't want her to like go out because she says that, you know, she is grieving, which I mean, she wasn't really, but whatever. So she stays there, and Siwan actually stays too. And they go through like all of the names that everyone has collected to try to find dragon. And I mean, no one is sounding like right, because according to the prophecies of the dragon, like I said, they know where the dragon is supposed to be born, so no one really wants to say that their child was born there. But everyone that says that they were born like close-ish to that location, they are like keeping those names. And then I think the last thing that we learn is that the Amerlin is actually sending her most trusted Aes Sedai to find the dragon and raise him and like hide him, because she doesn't want, like I said, everyone to know. She's just telling her most trusted Aes Sedai to find the dragon and hide him and raise him. And again, we know that is not gonna happen, but yeah, that's her plan. And that is everything I've read so far. And I mean, not a lot has happened, but I'm having fun. And I mean, not a lot has happened because it was 100 and whatever pages. And usually, like with this series, my updates are like, you know, after 300 pages, which is a third of the book, but like 300 and something pages is this whole book. And yeah, like I said, we only had one chapter with Lan, and actually I was expecting it to be like more evenly distributed between the two of them. But like I also said, I don't really mind because I love Moiraine. Even though like it's a very different Moiraine, but I still love her, and like she's so cute. And I also love to see her and Siwan. They are so adorable. And it's also really fun to see like other Aes Sedai. Like I said, some of them are accepted as well, and some others are like already Aes Sedai. And I mean, some of them I'm glad to see, others I am, you know, really not. But still a very fun time. And I mean, I am waiting, like anxiously waiting for Moiraine and Lan to like actually, you know, interact. But yeah, it's a fun time. Like I'm not, you know, obsessed with it. It's not like the best book in the series, but I am having fun. It's like being what I expected it to be. And yeah, I am enjoying it. And I will read probably another third, and I will come back to update. Okay, so I am on page 260, so I am 2/3 into the book, and we continue to mostly follow Moiraine. And I mean, like the first, or pretty much the first thing we learn in this second third is that, I mean, like we learn why Elaida hated Moiraine and Siwan in like the future, and it just made me hate Elaida even more. And then we see Moiraine going through the test to become Aes Sedai. And as always, those tests that they do at the tower are like traumatizing. And yeah, she obviously passes, and so does Siwan. She's also doing the test. And they choose their Aja, which is the blue. And now that they are like full Aes Sedai, Moiraine is pretty sure that they are gonna be sent out to look for the Dragon Reborn, like as those trusted Aes Sedai, because I mean, they know about it anyway, so like why not send them? And I was like, I don't think so. And surprise, surprise, they weren't. So Moiraine is actually given a task that she needs to stay at the tower to do, and she's pretty sure that they want, like the other Aes Sedai want her to be on the Sun Throne, which she does not want. And then we and they learn that the Amerlin has died, and they say that she died in her sleep, and I'm just like, absolutely not. So, very suspicious, and a new Amerlin is chosen, and Moiraine is hoping that that new Amerlin will let her leave and go on her quest and not be like put on a throne. But she is told to just remain at the tower because she is gonna be needed. So she just decides to like run away, and yeah, she has escaped, and she is now on her way to like live her adventure to find the Dragon Reborn and to just not be a queen. And that is what we have gotten from her so far. And with Lan, we only had like, I think the 2 last chapters that I read, and he had like gone back home to the Borderlands. And every time they mention the story of like his actual home that doesn't exist anymore, it's always so sad. And yeah, I mean, he goes back to the Borderlands, but then I think 6 men are sent to kill him. And so now he left the Borderlands again, and that is where we're at. And so, yeah, still not a lot going on, but I am still having a lot of fun. And I mean, in this last part, Moiraine and Lan are obviously gonna meet, so, I am very excited for that. That is what I am here for. Even though I really, really enjoyed everything we saw from Moiraine and Siwan, because they are fucking adorable. So I actually really enjoyed that, and I didn't know we were gonna get that. So I appreciate that. But very, very excited for Moiraine and Lan to meet. But yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot more to say. It's definitely a fun time. It's what I was expecting from it, which is not like, crazy plot, just more like spending time with Moiraine and Lan. I mean, we are mostly spending time with Moiraine, which, like I said, I do not mind one bit. And yeah, it is not like extraordinary, but it is pretty fun. And so I will finish it. I think I have like 130 pages left. So I will finish that, and I will be back to update on how they meet and how all of that goes, and just give my final thoughts on it. Okay, I have finished the book, and in this last third, we start following Moiraine again, and I think it has been 3 months since she left the tower, and she has realized that her adventure is not as adventurous as she expected, and she's kind of bored, and she's still looking for the Dragon Reborn and for the those women that had children that could be the Dragon Reborn. And she runs into some Aes Sedai, and so her plans are kind of delayed a bit. And then Siwan finds her, and she lets her know that all the Aes Sedai that had been tasked with going to find the dragon had been killed. And so they think that it was the Black Aja. And I mean, in this moment, it's not still known if the Black Aja exists or not, but they're pretty sure that it was. And I mean, it was. And yeah, so they go they're going to the same place, but they go separately. And Moiraine runs from the other Aes Sedai that she had met before, because she doesn't know if she can trust them, because they could be from the Black Aja. And so she is on her way to the next location, and she finds Lan and his companions, and she asks for their protection. And after they find out that she's an Aes Sedai, they are not thrilled. And Lan is afraid that she's looking for a warder and that she is going to ask one of his friends to be a warder because, like, he doesn't want that for his friend or obviously himself. And when they get to the place that they're going, Lan goes to the palace and he is actually crowned king of Malkir, and someone like tries to set up a marriage for him. And at the same time, Moiraine is going on her own quest and she finds Siwan again. And they are still like following that lead, and the woman they're looking for is in the palace. So she runs into Lan again and finds that he has been crowned king of Malkir, and she asks him for help. And he says that he'll help her if she answers a question that he has asked many Aes Sedai and no one ever answers him. And so basically saying that when Malkir died, Shianar and Arafel sent men. They could not stop the flood of Trollocs and Myrddraal, yet they came. Men run from Kandor and evil Saldaea. They came too late, but they came. For 900 years we rode when the White Tower called. But where was the tower when Malkir died? If you are Aes Sedai, answer me that. And she says that it's kind of like, I mean, she doesn't say, like, she thinks that this is kind of like a secret of the tower, and they don't want people to know, but she tells him anyway. And she says, over 100 sisters were ordered to Malkir. Even Aes Sedai cannot fly, however. They were too late. That was before I was born, but I regret it deeply. And I regret that the tower decided to keep their efforts secret. And then she just thinks this to herself. Better that the tower be thought to have done nothing than to have it known Aes Sedai had tried and failed. And she says that like this is all that she can say, and it's more than like anyone will ever say because it is supposed to be a secret. And he's like satisfied enough with that answer, and so he says that he will help her. And so they go off and they actually like they fight together because there is one Aes Sedai there, like she shows up and she is from the Black Haja, and also one of Lan's companions is a dark friend. So they just like fight them and they fight together, and I love that. And yeah, that was pretty much the end. Then Moiraine and Siwan talk, and Siwan is going to go back to the tower, and Moiraine is gonna keep looking for the dragon. And then she asks Lan to be her warder, and at first he doesn't want to, but then he realizes that they're like fighting for the same thing. And yeah, that is the end. And I really like the like actual last lines because Lan asked, where do we ride first? And she says, the world, if need be. We win this battle or the world dies. And yeah, that is it. That is what happened. And let's go into my final thoughts. So starting off with the characters, I loved following Moiraine as I knew that I would because I love her. And even though this was a very different version of her, it was still very cool to see this like younger Moiraine and how she like already changed in the course of this book. So I really like that. And then like Siwan was a very pleasant surprise because I didn't know she was gonna be in this as much. I mean, I didn't really know anything of what was gonna happen. I just knew that it was when Moiraine and Lan met. That was all I knew about this book. And so the fact that Siwan was in this book this much was a pleasant surprise because I also really like her. And then Lan, like I would have liked to have gotten more from him because I feel like Lan never really had like the spotlight. And I thought this was gonna be the book where he did, but apparently it wasn't. And I really like him and like I wanted more from him, but I mean, I liked what we did get. And then in terms of the plot, like it wasn't anything crazy, especially because we knew kind of how it would turn out. Like we knew that they would not find the dragon, and we knew that, you know, Moiraine would be out looking for him in the future, and that Siwan would be back at the tower, and obviously Lan would be Moiraine's warder. Like I knew all of that, so it wasn't, you know, anything crazy, but it was still fun. And I mean, it was more about just getting to know these characters better, which again was what I was expecting from this book. And again, same thing with the pacing. It wasn't like, you know, a fast-paced adventure, but it was what I expected. And yeah, I really liked it. It wasn't anything like spectacular, but it was a very fun time, and I am giving it 3.5 stars. And yeah, now I have actually officially read all the books in the series, which is a bittersweet feeling. Even though I know that I will reread the series one day, it is still like the end for now. And it is also the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a like and subscribe. And I will talk to you next time. Bye!